as y'all can tell, I am prepped, ready to go. And honestly, I'm really looking forward to being really productive today. I have a few things that I have on my to-do list that I want to get done. Pause for the train. I swear every time I set up my camera, the train has to go by. But anyways, I have a lot of things that I have on my to-do list that I want to get done today. So I was like, you know what? To be my most productive self, let me get up, get dressed, head to the library. So I also want to go to the library today because it closes later today. So that's the plan of action. I don't know how long I'll be, but I want to get most of the stuff on my to-do list done. And honestly, today is giving fall weather. It's like a perfect crispness in the air. As y'all can tell, I'm wearing my little festy vest, and honestly, this is my favorite part because I can just, guys, I'm so excited. So yeah, I want to go to the library, and then I also want to pick up a few things at the grocery store. I might actually go to the fruit and veggie stuff because I haven't baked since I've been to Cape Town. So that's the kind of action for today. Fingers crossed I get everything done on my to-do list. But you know what? We shall see. But yeah, really comfy, cozy, fresh. So let's head out before it starts raining because honestly, the way the weather's looking, it could downpour at any second. So let's head out. Okay guys, so I'm back from the library. I also stopped by the store, pick up a few groceries as I mentioned, and honestly, that library session was so productive. I was at the library for a solid 2 hours and I feel like it was really good. I managed to finish editing my video. I still have to schedule it to upload and make a thumbnail and all of that, but I finished editing it, and then I finished working on my notes for class, and then I started planning out some content for later on in the week. So I feel like overall, very good productive day. So now I figured I'd give you guys a little haul of everything I picked up at the store, because I think I'm gonna make a little cozy lunch / dinner because guys, the fall season is here and I'm honestly so ready for it. I'm like, guys, I need to buy way more of these sweaters, oversized sweaters. I just need a whole new fall wardrobe essentially. So yeah, anyways, let me give you guys a little haul of everything I picked up. I got some marinated chicken. I think I'll put this either in the air fryer or the oven. I haven't decided yet. I'm making that, oh my gosh, I'm making that for lunch / dinner today. And then I finally found bagels. I found bagels at the store, and of course I'm so excited for this. And then I got sweet corn. I'm gonna have this with my chicken. I've planned it out. Okay, so I'm planning to have my sweet corn, my chicken, and then I also bought potatoes. I'm gonna make a mash. So I feel like that's the whole meal idea. And then the last thing I picked up was some more eggs. But yeah, I'm gonna put all this away, make my afternoon coffee, probably work a little bit more. I feel like I wanted to come back because it's I wanted to have my afternoon coffee and just get cozy, get out of my jeans, probably get into some sweats or some leggings, and then just sit and work for a little bit. But yeah, that's me for now. I'm probably gonna start prepping also my lunch / dinner thing. If it's gonna go in the oven, I'd rather go in now because the oven takes a little bit to get cooking. So I'll probably just start prepping everything, make my coffee and work. But yeah, I'll teach you guys along the way. I'm also filming so much content. I am loving my life right now. let me get working and I'll update you guys a little bit later. So I had a really slow morning today and I felt like it was so needed. I'm feeling so refreshed and energized now that I'm honestly just gonna spend the rest of the day probably just relaxing and not doing much. So this morning, as y'all would have seen, got up, had my coffee, did some content planning, edited a little bit in the morning, showered, I washed my hair, hence why I have like conditioner marinating in. But yeah, I also did my makeup. How cute. I was doing like a little get ready with me for TikTok this morning, so I'm feeling funky fresh, honestly. Guys, it's crazy when I do my makeup to not leave the house, which is just great because I feel like now I'm getting like more practice and just like getting better and better every time I do it, and just getting slowly and surely I feel like I'm getting like better techniques and like mastering my face. But yeah, plan of action for today is actually guys, I honestly want to try reading more of let me just grab it quickly. I want to try getting through Crown of Midnight. Currently on page 180. Guys, it's honestly been so hard. I feel like every time I mention this book I have like no motivation, and it's like low-key kind of disappointing because I know this book gets so good. It's just like getting past the point where I'm at where it's just like hard, you know what I'm saying? My goal for March was to finish this book by the end of March, and honestly I feel like it's not gonna happen. And I feel like I've gotten to the point where I'm not like pressuring myself to read it anymore, and I feel like I'll just pick it up whenever I feel like picking it up. I always bring this book with me though when I'm out and about, because if I want to read something, I'm trying to read this, because somehow whenever I read it I read like 10 pages and then put it down, and then we'll pick it up for a few days and I read like 10 pages and then like, so I feel like it's just really bad. And the idea that I had was that I was trying to read at least for 30 minutes every day, and I feel like that just got harder after like the first few days I've done it. Once I like skipped a day, it was downhill from there. So I feel like now that I have like not a lot to do because I finished up all my work this morning, I feel like I'm gonna try and read. I'm literally not even halfway yet, which is like low-key kind of disappointing, but you know what, there's 420 pages, so I need to get to 210 to be halfway, so it's gonna be a while. So let's just say hopefully I finish this book by the time I go back home. If not, I'll be low-key kind of disappointed, but it's also like I'm recognizing that like this is just really hard, and I feel like right now I'm not in the mindset of fantasy. Guys, I feel like that's another issue. Ever since I started reading dark romance books, it's just like I can't even pick up a fantasy book, which is just outrageous because I am a fantasy girl at heart. All of a sudden, dark romance has taken up my entire personality, taken up my entire life, that my brain cannot even pick up a fantasy book. Crazy. Honestly, crazy. Because even when I went to the library the other day, I was going through the books and I was like, wow, they have like a bunch of the fantasy books that I've been wanting to read. So I'm like, guys, if I have no motivation to read fantasy books right now, how am I not going to be able to read any fantasy books that I have no motivation? So it's just really rough right now. And I low-key feel like this book is what's putting me in a slump, where it's like I want to try reading a different fantasy book that I know for sure that like I like the series, because the books that I found at the library are part of the series that I actually really like, and like I've read books from that author. So I feel like this is the book that's putting me in a slump. So maybe if I like read other fantasy books, I might get back into this. And I feel like this is just going to be like a really slow read for me, and just gonna have to accept that fact right now. But yeah, speaking of dark romance, I'm currently reading the Vitali Brothers series. I'm on book 4, which is Never Say Never. Guys, I am loving my dark romance, and I feel like that's not going to change. I feel like this year is the year where I literally just read dark romance books, and fantasy is on the side until ACOTAR 6 comes out. Because I know for a fact I like ACOTAR, and I feel like it's just like Throne of Glass that's like throwing me off, which is crazy. But anyways, what was I saying? Yeah, I'm reading the Vitali Brothers series on my phone. That's just really, really good. Either I read that and then I read my Rena Kent. So I'm trying to finish off the Vitali Brothers series before the new Rena Kent book comes out. The day I filmed this, I think there's like 3 more days until book 2 comes out. This is the book, Hunt the Villain. There's like 3 more days until that comes out, but I think I'm not gonna buy it until like a little bit later. So I'm probably gonna order on like Amazon or something instead of picking it up in stores, because I'm not sure if they're gonna have it in stores. But yeah, I'm so excited for that. My gosh, Rena Kent! Rena Kent is my favorite dark romance author. So I'm just going through like all of her books, all of her series, while also reading the Vitali Brothers. I feel like once I finish a series, I read something else, aka the Vitali Brothers series, and then I go back to like Rena Kent. So I'm finding new dark romance authors while reading one of my favorite dark romance authors, like going through all of her books. But yeah, honestly, my reading journey has been so fun ever since I started dark romance, and I feel like I'm reading more and more books this year. And like the goal for this year is to read 50 books, and I feel like I might surpass that pretty soon because I'm at like 25 right now, and it's like I'm reading 8 to 10 books per month if it's like a dark romance book. So, which is crazy because I don't remember the last time I read 10 books in a month. Oh my word. In February, I read 9 books. Was it 9 books? Yeah, it was like 8 or 9 books. It's March and I'm almost at like, I literally read 10 books. Yeah. Book 3 of the series was my 10th book this month. And it's like the 20 something of March. So that's just crazy business. So I feel like this dark romance thing is gonna be pushing me towards like 100 books this year. So yeah. Anyways, I feel like I'm just yapped. But yeah, I'm probably just gonna force myself to read this. I want to try and finish off a chapter because I feel like what's nice about this book, the chapters aren't that long. So I read like a chapter or 2 at a time. So yeah, probably gonna read this for the rest of the, not even the rest of the afternoon, guys. I'm gonna see how much I read, honestly, because I feel like after a while I just get tired and then have to like do something else. So I'm gonna read, edit, and yeah, that's gonna be me for today.